Next time on RuPaul's Drag Race, you've got some big shoes to fill. And I do mean big shoes.
I don't think anyone is 100% confident that they're going to make it to the finale. If anyone slips up, you're out and going home.
Oh, sis. Y'all thirsty?
Well, that was a long flight.
Relax your throat, bitches, because you're gagging. Roll call! I know that bitch.
I'm Jackie. Salam. The Persian princess of drag has arrived.
America, it's time to stop hiding in the closet.
Who's ready to party and play? Checkers, anyone? All talk and no play makes rock of a crazy bitch.
Are you ready to live a little, spin a lot?
Hope you save room for dessert, because I brought pie.
Hey, y'all. Let's play some basketball. Yeah.
Hey, bitches. She's here.
Season 12 is about to be insane.
Mama Ru needs you.
Just like you do. My country tis a beat. These are all my friends, we are a family. Everybody came here wanting to be free. New York to California, sea to shining sea. Everybody, I am American. I am American, just like you too.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our RuPaul recap. Season 12, episode 12. Minnie Cooper, you look incredible tonight. How are you?
I'm present.
Present?
Yes, I'm here.
Would you say you're adequate?
Yeah, adequate. Less than
Satisfactory.
adequate. I feel like I'm back in high school.
You feel like what? You're back.
Back in high school. Satisfactory.
How's your week been? What have you been up to, non-RuPaul related?
Not RuPaul. Like, I've been writing a lot of parodies is what I've been doing. I've been a writer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I wrote 3 in a week.
Oh, wow. Am I in any of them?
No, you're not funny enough to poke fun of.
Great.
Do you want me to write a parody about you?
No, I'm scared.
Because I enjoy writing them. If I get the right song and the right story, it actually it happens quite easily for me sometimes.
Okay,
it's really
all right.
writing. Have you ever written before? I suppose you've written songs, haven't you?
Yeah. I haven't done I've done a couple of parodies. We'll see how it goes, though.
I
Well,
reckon you'd be
ladies
good
and
at writing a
gentlemen-
parody, actually, because you've got a great sense of humour.
Oh, thanks, Dal. $20 in the mail for you.
I need all the
ladies
money I can get right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a poll on our Facebook page today. Oh, shivers. Hang on, I'm getting a bit of feedback
I
here.
love a good poll, Dan.
We've got a great poll on our Facebook page. It's the first time we've actually tried a poll, so please let us know in the comments if it's working or not to vote for your favourite queen who should win, either Jada, Crystal, or I was going to say Heidi, Gigi.
Do you know
So let
what?
us know if it's working and we'll reveal the results at the end of the show.
It's going to be a tight race. I think it's between Gia and Jada. Do you?
Really? Yes, they did have a quirky queen win last year. They kind of go fashion quirky, don't they? So
Yeah, all comedy.
yeah.
Probably would have been Sherry Pie if she wasn't a catfish.
I know. Yeah, I think she would have been, if not number one, maybe number two.
Yeah, because the way they've edited it, you really do not feel anything for her, do you?
No.
Even though you've watched her.
You know the warning that they put up? It used to be at the beginning of the episode and now it's at the end.
Yes.
That's had more screen time than Sherry Pie. Like, every time she pops on, I'm like, oh, I thought you were part of the crew. Like, you just
I
don't
read the
recognise
other
her.
day there was all this confusion in England because it's on Netflix in England and they don't show that before the episode. So they were wondering what the hell was going on.
Mhm.
So look what happened.
Yeah, right. Well, what are your two tops and two bottoms from, let's go with the regular episode, because the celebrity episode was a bit of a...
Oh, do you know what? There were bits of it. Well, let's actually, because you hated the celebrity episode, I'll talk about that now.
Fine. That's
No.
fine. Let's talk about it.
What did you not like about it?
Everything. The only thing I liked was when it ended. It was shit.
Oh,
It was so boring. That wasn't drag. That was girls dressing up. Boo. No. Go home. Get a wig out of your dress-up box if you want to feel, discover yourself. Fuck off. No. Yuck. Terrible. Boring. I got 20 minutes into it. I was watching it with my flatmate and I'd spent most of the time on my phone. I was like, is this really boring or am I just tired? And he goes, no, it's boring. Anyway, what did you think?
I liked when they did the band.
Oh, that's
Right.
nice.
Oh, did you see that bit?
Yeah, I did. The band was pretty cool. I think that was the highlight.
Yeah, that was the highlight. And I loved that the Butch one came out of his shell. She was fantastic. What was her name? Queen Elizabeth. She came into her
Queen
own.
Elizabeth.
And the
Yeah,
other one
that
was
was-
trans.
I know. That was Madison Beer, Coral Fixation. Yeah, she did.
Oh.
So beautiful. I love it how she goes, I want people to look at me a different way because I always get put into a box. And then she came out looking skinnier than she already does. Like, who cares?
And actually hotter.
I know. You poor thing. Oh, I feel your struggle.
Do you know what I'm loving about this? Your reaction to this episode.
Oh,
It's more,
I just hated it. I hated it. Like, there was nothing good about it. Even Alyssa, Monique, and Vanjie, it was like, we didn't even get to see enough of them and see them be funny either.
Yeah. And after last week's episode, it was such a disappointment, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
And it was the week of Rue wearing black and white. Did you notice that? Black dress with white hair.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, very white hair.
I did love
The,
Rue's dress that cut down like that with the butterfly on it. That was so simple, but such a perfection dress. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Did you like that dress?
No, not really.
Oh.
No, I really hated this episode, so I don't have anything good to say about it.
That bed's behind you. Which side did you get out of it?
The wrong side. And then I got back in and got out the right side.
So what were your top
but
two?
I felt like I was watching a show that wasn't made for me. It was like a RuPaul. It's how I feel straight people who don't watch RuPaul would watch a normal RuPaul episode and go, oh, what's all this about? This isn't made for me. That's how I felt watching that. It was like watching that dreadful competition show lip sync battle where they put celebrities in costumes and they lip sync battle. Dreadful. Waste of time. No. It's so, it's horrible.
Who were your top two this week? Who were your two bottoms in the main episode?
Should we go back to the main episode? I've got good things to say about the main episode.
I know. I want to see you cheer up. You're bringing me down.
Look, I don't like to be negative, but sometimes you've got to be.
What?
Sometimes you've got to be. Oh, dear. I don't know. Let me have a look at the comments. A few people are agreeing, saying, yes, that wasn't a great celebrity episode, was it, viewers? It was no. After such highlights. And you know what? Oh, God, I can't stop going on about it. But, you know, I reckon they put that on during the same time as season 12, because imagine if that had shown by itself, it would be panned.
Oh, yeah, it would be actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway,
well, I don't think it was that bad. Was it that bad?
Two were good. Well, actually, the first 3 episodes were good. That 4th episode was just a tragic mess.
Yeah, because the one with Vanessa was great.
Yeah, they were all really into it.
Do you think we enjoyed that episode because Vanessa was in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
but
so
I like
too.
Lonnie Love as well.
Yeah, she was heaven too.
Yeah,
I did like them doing the old people, though, for the challenge. That was quite funny.
It wasn't too bad, yeah. They just weren't very funny, though. Even the comedian, it's like, where are the jokes? Come on. Anyway.
Not in that episode.
Season 12, episode 12, where we went from 5 to 3 in one episode because of... Sorry, Sherry.
Oh, poor Sherry. Oh, I don't know. I don't feel sorry for her. Can you believe she's 27?
I know.
I was like, 27?
Oh, she's had a hard life. She's been living the life of 2 people, hasn't she? So she's aged twice as much.
Because I thought she was about 45.
Yeah. She looks it and she acts it. Yeah. And her references as well are all really classic.
Oh, totally.
I think she must have had a great drag mother.
What did you think at the beginning of the episode when Jade spoke about hiding before the lights went out?
I thought that was a setup.
Oh, did you?
I don't trust anything RuPaul's Drag Race does. Sorry, go.
Yeah, fair enough. But I like what she had to say, though.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, it really.
I've liked Jada a lot, especially when she makes comments like that, and her talking about her singing, how she's not a great, but the way she's so self-deprecating about it, like I've warmed to her a lot.
Me too. She's really, her personality has really shone through in the editing in the last few episodes. It's been great.
And I've loved that they all really like each other. I really love it.
Yeah, it was so nice. Even in Untucked, they were chatting away and it was just like 4 friends in a competition, 5 friends in a competition having a chat about where they are and what they're doing.
Can you tell me what happened in Untucked? Because I didn't get to watch Untucked today.
Oh, they just sat around having a chat, talked about the highs and lows of the season, how they all said how strong they were and that the judges were saying they're all strong, and they were debating whether it would go back to report cards, so their past performance in the series as to the judging, which it did. And
it's funny, it's actually really is, I would say it's probably one of the strongest 5. Wouldn't you? It's good because they're all fantastic. Even Jackie.
Even at remember when we first started doing the recaps of this season, we did episode 1 and episode 2 because they were split with 6 coming in and 7 coming in, was it? Even then we were saying everyone seems really strong. They don't have the obvious first person to go.
No, they don't. And it was more their attitude that made them suffer, I believe, than their actual talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who was the first to go? Oh, it was the broccoli, wasn't it?
She was jammed into this episode at the end again as well, with tits this time. I was like, oh, must be cold in there.
It's like fetch. It ain't going to catch on. It's like, why do you keep trying? It's almost like you're going to start throwing darts at it.
You're not keen on the broccoli?
No, I just don't get it. It's not funny.
It's not funny, is it?
No.
It's not.
Broccoli's never been funny and it doesn't taste good.
It's healthy and they're jamming it down our throats.
And what did you think of the mini challenge, the showgirl thing?
The mini challenge. Oh, I thought they all looked really good.
It's amazing, didn't they? For a
Yeah.
mini challenge, 5-minute drag. That's not 5-minute drag.
No, I think they had longer than 5 minutes. I think
Oh,
they
did
had
they?
20 or 30. Yeah.
I did love Gigi's stage dive when she fell.
Yeah.
That was really
she was
cool.
She was quite good. She was a little bit different to how she usually is.
Yeah, it's like she's come to the end and she's like, okay, this is it. I've got to really bring my A game.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But what about the Rusical this week? As soon as they announced another Rusical, I was like, oh, God, here we go again. Isn't one a season enough?
But I thought it was fantastic.
It was okay.
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, really?
As a drag queen and knowing that feeling of being little and wanting to dress up and that whole fantasy of that life, I love the whole premise of it. Oh, so you did, but you thought that as well?
Me too.
But you didn't like that?
Oh, it was okay. I think I've just got a thing against musicals. I've got nothing nice to say about anybody tonight.
Yeah, I know. Grumpy Dan. Have a wine.
All right, I will.
Oh, is that wine in your cup?
I'm not sure. No, I thought it was good. It's the second best musical they've ever had, the first being that Madonna one.
Yeah, I think both the Madonna and this one have been really great. And even Jada sounded good as a bad singer. Do you reckon they auto-tuned that?
Oh, 100%.
Because she sounded good for someone that couldn't go la 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 la.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Do you find it weird when people can't do a scale?
No, I think because I did music at school and there were some kids in the class that just couldn't get it. Couldn't hear it, couldn't keep rhythm or couldn't hear tone or pitch. And it was like, I just don't get it. It's really weird.
I think because all my life I've been around musical people, when I don't hear someone that can't even do it, like they don't need to sing well, but can't even hear a basic sound, that really is bizarre to me.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
It's really weird.
Well, we've got a comment from a longtime friend of the show, Nathan Martin. He's saying, bring back the design challenges. We haven't seen those for a while, actually, which is true.
Was there a design challenge at all this year?
Design your own rap verse in a musical.
They didn't even have an unconventional challenge, did they?
No, it was very straightforward this season. Do you want to go and see that RuPaul's drag show in Vegas when we're allowed out again?
Well, it's going to be years before we get to America. I'm not going to America with that. That's just infested with corona, that place, I think.
No, it needs a good spray and wipe before we'll go back there again.
Would you think about going back to America in the next year? There's no way I would.
No.
Because you can't get healthcare either, insurance.
No. And the places I want to go, New York and California, are hotspots. So
yeah, I know, totally.
Yeah, and Broadway's closed. What's the point of going?
I know, exactly. Bring it here.
Speaking of Broadway,
how they all wore their entrance looks.
Oh, yeah, that was cute, actually.
I love that.
Yeah, that was really, really nice. It was a nice throwback.
The throwback. But did Jackie wear the same outfit that she wore when she did her sister challenge with the girl? Was that the same disco outfit?
No, she had that. Her entrance look was different.
No, remember how they did the disco section in it? Jackie had a disco outfit on.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it was later in the musical, It looked like the same outfit she wore with the girl.
You know who'll know? Michael or Tony when we chat to them. they'll know
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
I was like, it's either that or the same pattern. I must admit, I'm the fan of the same pattern. I've got a few of these.
And do you know what we did miss this season? The reading challenge. They had that weird brunch thing that they did.
Yeah, that was cute, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But they even tried it with the puppets and it didn't work either.
No. We want the library or nothing.
And do you know who would have been good at that? Heidi.
Yeah. She would have been great. Well, should we bring on our first RuPaul expert?
Yes, that's easy. Who we got this week first, Tony?
This week we have camp old Tony Hamlyn coming to us direct from Canberra.
What have you
Tell me
done
how
differently, Tony?
Beard.
Oh, you look very handsome.
Oh, get out of here.
You do. You look very smart and neat and tidy and lovely.
Well, Canberra has turned cold, let me tell you. It's like 5 degrees outside. And that does wonders for the skin.
Oh, does it really?
Oh, my God. You watched the beginning of Mummy Dearest where she puts ice on her face?
I'm going to start doing that, actually.
Oh, I love that idea.
So, and I've got a quick question for you. Did you actually like Celebrity Drag Race this week? I wasn't sure.
Let me tell you.
Did you say you didn't, I think? Was that it?
I'm miserable.
Look, it's really interesting that you should say that. I, as you know, I run the Drag Race sweepstake, and I put on the group page today. You know, I need to know people's opinions on this whole bio queen, faux queen, you know, females dressing up in drag phenomenon. And a really good friend of mine is actually, she's a girl and she's really into it. And so, you know, that part of me thinks, well, great. You know, she's someone who's been out in, you know, in the gay scene for half her life, for God's sake. You know, she's a queer and, you know, identifies as that. So, you know, I sort of think, well, good, like, you know, that's great for you. But then at the same time, when I'm watching it, I'm like, this isn't drag. This is, you know, this is girls dressed as sluttier girls.
You know what my opinion is of it? It's like to say women can't dress up like that is saying we can't. So
Look, there is that.
That's why I look at it. When people say, oh, you shouldn't do that because it's men only do drag, as well, no. And it is a different way to do yourself up. It's not exactly the same as being a woman. It's actually very different.
Okay, well, I mean, and that's just
my opinion.
I'm really on the fence with it. I'm not sold on or, you know, married to either argument. I think it's really interesting. Yeah. I'm with Dan on this episode. I found it the least interesting of all the celebrity episodes.
I did as well.
Yeah, just because these are sort of pretty girls being dressed as sluttier pretty girls. And I'm using slut as a, you know.
You're not shaming.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm the biggest slut ever, but that's fine. It's a compliment. And if I look like that girl, what was her name? Madison Beer. Oh my God.
Who?
Yeah. So,
what was her name? Exactly.
We all looked her up, didn't we? She's.
Yeah.
Bieber discovered her on YouTube, which is interesting.
What does she do?
She's a singer / actress / drag queen, apparently.
She's got
an album coming out this year, which is another interesting point. But look,
you know what it looked like? Can I just jump in and say what that final runway looked like on Celebrity? It looked like they went to a Moulin Rouge theme party and they were all doing Lady Marmalade.
Lady Marmalade. That's exactly what I said as well. Yep. I can't believe it.
Who cares?
Like this.
It's not drag that. I do love bio queens, especially when they're really creative and they're actually doing drag, whether it's a character or a look or whatever. That wasn't drag. That was just dressing up. That was,
playing dress up. Now, I've been to Dan Murphy's place after a big night out, and he has a dress up box in the corner. And
we've got two now.
There's a girl in Sydney called Taylor Mack that does. She's a bio queen, and
she's great.
She's incredible. Like, she's better than most drag queens. Like, she's phenomenal. Like, her artistry is incredible.
I saw when I was living in Melbourne a while ago, probably about a year ago or two. I saw a bio queen do a performance as well, and I had the same effect. It had the same effect on me that seeing a guy doing a drag show did. Yeah. She knew her references. She was funny. She did great numbers. She worked it, and I was like, oh, I can get into this. Yeah.
And it's like some men shouldn't do drag either.
Sorry, did you just see what Nathan Martin posted?
What?
Secret celebrity drag race. The secret is it's garbage.
No, last week's episode was fantastic.
3 good eps and 1 terrible ep.
Exactly. Look, and that's 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Like, that's pretty good. But look, I think we spent enough time on it. I will say it was great to see Vanjie doing some mentoring. She's so funny. She's just naturally funny. She opens her mouth and she's hilarious.
And she was great with that girl as well. I thought it was fantastic. It was
really good. And also, did you notice it was the best lip sync out of all 4 episodes? These girls actually could emote and lip sync properly, whereas, Dan is not a great one with this.
Queen Elizabeth's one, she was fantastic in the band.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I was like, wow. Yeah,
really good.
Great.
So should we move on to what's that? Yeah.
Who are your 2 tops and 2 bottom? Well, start with your 2 tops from episode 12.
Okay. I actually want to talk about the 2 producers that do the or have done the musicals this season, and they did the main one, Leland. Like, who on earth is called Leland? But this guy is called Leland, and he's the one that wore the it was a denim, like an acid wash denim polo shirt. And I found it so distracting, I couldn't get my eyes off it. I was like, how did you even construct that? But look, he had Pepe Le Pew hair. It was like, black and white and red all over. Anyway, Leland and his friend Freddie Scott, who's the gorgeous redhead, who's just, oh my God, did you see his like freckled arms? I was like, oh, you're so hot. But these guys are so good. Like, they did the Madonna one, which of course everyone said this is the best thing that we've seen on, it's definitely the best thing this year and the best musical they've done. And then they did this musical as well, which I've got to say I actually enjoyed better than the Madonna one.
Me too.
Yeah, it was a real Broadway throwback. Like, it had a lot of really Broadway elements to it. And it ended with a bloody disco number. What's the disco finale? What's not to love about that, for God's sake? I mean, this was art. Yeah. I lived for it.
The first bit in the mirror was so well written when they were all in their mirrors. That was written fantastic.
It was like, it was silly and it was irreverent, but then at the same time it had this heart and this pathos, and they were thinking about, and we all sort of went, oh yeah, I've been that, that little boy wanting to put on lipstick and,
totally.
Yeah, it was, but it really worked. And then, like I said, disco finale. So yeah, I'm giving a big shout out to them. I think they're great. Freddie Scott and Leland, who knows?
Leland.
Yeah. The musical, Tony?
I don't know. I don't think so. I looked up a bit of, did a bit of research quickly on Leland, and he's been doing the musicals for a while. So he did, he's been doing them for the last few years. And also he's the music director for the Vegas shows.
Okay, gotcha.
And Freddie Scott is just gorgeous, and he's an actor, and go check out his Instagram, because it's full of gorgeous shots of him being a beautiful ginger boy. But my highlights. I also really love Jamal as a choreographer too. And some of those choreographers are really sort of bitchy, and he's not. He really works well with them, and he kind of butters them up, and he's easygoing. I love him. I think he's great. One thing I wanted to bring up was this. Of course, we got to see more of Sherry Pie this week than we ever have. Can you believe it? Like, oh my God, that's who she is.
It's because there's only 5 queens left. It's too hard to edit around her now.
But look, it'll be the last time we see her, of course, and it just made me think the one legacy that Sherry Pie is leaving behind is, of course, what we're now going to refer to forever as the Sherry Pie edit. And that is when someone is left out of a particular reality or competition series for some unknown reason, or for whatever reason, they get the Sherry Pie edit. And, that's her legacy. She leaves that behind.
Great legacy.
Minnie, do you reckon, or Dan, do you reckon she'll get work? Do you reckon? you reckon she'll survive this? Do you reckon there's any kind of circuit that she can maybe overseas?
No.
Jail?
Yeah, look, we could get into the legalities of it. I think that there might be a group of people, much like myself, who just wants to see her do drag. You know, like I don't necessarily. I'm not saying what she did was right. Obviously, I think it was wrong.
But would you want to support someone? Go watch someone and support them that did that?
Yeah, I'd be at least curious. I think.
Okay, fair enough.
I think the show would be maybe worth it. I don't know. Oh, am I being too controversial now? Look, I don't know.
So I think, like, you know, Kelly, he was abusing children. Would you want to go see his concert because you like his music?
Well, I do like Ignition. But
that's my take on it. Like, I really do think just we as a culture put these people on. We support them when they do these bad things, and I struggle with that. Like, I think as a culture, we do. R. Kelly got away with so much.
Totally, yeah. And also, you know, there's the whole Michael Jackson thing and blah, blah, blah. We could go on forever. Yeah. What I think is interesting here is we are getting into the legalities now. I don't think what he did was illegal. And I'm not saying that as in that's a personal thing. I'm pretty sure at the end of the day, it's not illegal what he did. So, you know, maybe he gets a pass. I don't know. I'm just curious.
I think because he's such a smart and clever performer, maybe there's a way he can do some sort of act that is atonement for what he did wrong. Maybe. I think he could do a very good, powerful one-woman show which redeems him, maybe. Yeah, but it can't be just the show. It would have his actions in the real world would have to follow through with that.
The other thing too is I want to hear from you know, his side of it rather than just that boring press release which said I'm sorry or whatever. You know, it'd be interesting to read an interview and see what he had to say about it and what the others had to say about it. I don't know. Look, anyway, let's move on from that. Like I said, it's the last we'll see of Sherry Pie, and she'll have the Sherry Pie edit forever. The other thing I really, really loved this episode, my absolute top was Gigi's runway. I don't want to talk too much about the runway because I think Michael's going to talk about it later. But I just wanted to bring up Gigi's because I noticed a pop culture reference that I don't even know if she was trying to do. But the first thing I thought of, do you guys watch Family Guy? You know, the cartoon series Family Guy?
Yeah.
In Family Guy, Meg, the daughter, has this really awkward-looking posse of girls that she hangs around with, and one of them is called Patty. And I think Dan's putting a picture of her up now. And when I saw Gigi's runway, all I could think of was this character from Family Guy, Patty, with the headgear and the curly hair. She looks exactly like her, and I'd really love to know if that was her, you know, with the headgear and the
totally.
Yeah,
it was a Katy Perry clip as well.
Oh yeah, from Friday night, yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. It was really clever. It was so whimsical and funny and hilarious and still gorgeous. And I loved it all that pink went through the whole outfit, the shoes, the coat. Yeah. What Michelle said. I think it was Michelle that said it. Totally. Gigi's my pick. Gigi's my pick for the win.
Especially for an eleganza runway, to come out with headgear on and a goofy outfit was really a brave choice.
Yeah. Look, I love all of them. It'd be great to see. I'd be happy if any of them win, any of the three win. I think Gigi might have it because I think she's got that silly side as well as the look. Whereas the other two seem to be on either side of that. But you just never know. We don't know what they're going to throw at them. We don't know what the final challenges are going to be. Are they doing it from home, I read? Is that...
Yeah. They said it's going to be some sort of technological advancement that they're going to break by doing this reunion from everybody's home. So I assume a Skype call? A Zoom meeting?
Everyone's doing it.
It's house party.
It might be a bit controversial what I'm about to say, but is it an African American's turn to win?
Maybe, yeah. And look,
How that happens as well.
yeah, and that's just it. I wouldn't be angry. I wouldn't be mad if Jada won.
Me neither.
It wouldn't be a token win, you know. She's earned.
I'm happy for any of them to win.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and look,
I'll just interrupt you very quickly. I'll give you the score from our poll. So this is the first time we've run this. We've got Crystal in the lead, then Gigi second, and Jada's actually coming last from our viewers that are watching now.
Crystal is like this year's underdog. People are really, you know, she's mad as a cut snake. She's hilarious. Look, just before we go, before I go, the last thing I want to talk about was the worst thing about this episode. Not to end on a bad point, but I just think it's funny. Who on earth chose that number as the final lip sync? On the floor by J-Lo and Paul, what's his name? Pitbull. And it's 90% Latino rap. I was like, what the hell? And it's not camp, it's not fun. Both of them looked out of their element. And it's just like Jackie was in this big Christian Dior frock singing J-Lo's la 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 la. I was just like, what is going on? This is a hot. Yeah.
That's the worst part about the lip sync. You don't really get a choice what to wear.
Yeah. That's what I love about All Stars, though, is they let them go and get changed.
That's true.
Yes, that's true.
Are you excited about All Stars, Tony?
I am peeing my pants about All Stars. It is, I think, the best collection of old school, new school, middle school, all of them. Real favourites, forgottens. It's going to be. I think it's good, isn't it? Really good. Although again, I'm worried about what are we going to do for a finale if we get to if we're still in lockdown or whatever during, which America will probably be.
Because All Stars is shorter too, isn't it?
What's that? Sorry.
All Stars is shorter.
Usually, but I think they've got how many girls? I think they've got at least 10 girls. Yeah, it's a little bit shorter.
But they also film the finale in the studio for All Stars, so that will be fine.
That's right. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah.
Crystal for the win.
Give us some likes and some loves in the comments if you're keen on All Stars. Oh, and Canada's Drag Race is starting.
Oh, I know.
Within 6 or 7 weeks as well.
What this world is missing is more RuPaul content. That is what we are lacking sorely.
Have you watched the Thailand one, Tony?
Do you know I haven't, and I really want to. I haven't got the yet.
It's on stage to watch it. It's really fun.
Excellent. I'll give it a go. But everyone's just crazy.
It's really good.
I watched the first couple of episodes of I watched the first couple of episodes of Thailand, and I was trying to watch and read the subtitles. They went so quickly, and there's so much screaming. I got a stitch. I had to pause it.
And it's a real different take on drag. A lot of their takes on drag are really fascinating. It's really good.
Yeah, I'll give it a watch then. But yeah, I'm crying for Canadian as well. When are they going to bring Australian here?
Are they having a drag queen as their mentor?
In Canadian?
Yeah, like as a RuPaul person. Like
judge. I think Brooklyn Heights is
she's the judge, not the you have your host. Like who's the RuPaul?
Yeah. I think there's 3. I don't know. All I've seen is 3 hosts, and Brooklyn is obviously one of them.
Yeah.
So that's
if
it.
You just listen, it's Brooklyn.
I read an article where they said she was just a judge, not the RuPaul.
Oh.
Not the host.
Fake news, Doug.
Who else are they going to get the host, I wonder? Who's
that guy from... Pardon me?
Who's gay and Canadian? Oh, the dude from Schitt's Creek, maybe.
Yeah.
They've got that guy from Unreal that seems to pop up on every single season of RuPaul now, and that supermodel, model.
Yeah, supermodel. Give me Canadian.
Any final thoughts or feelings or anything before we let you go, Tony?
If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anyone else?
Can I get an amen?
Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Now get out those register to vote cards and put them straight in front of Sherry's face. Did you see that at the end of the episode? Hiding, I couldn't
Hiding Sherry, but Sherry did a lot of hiding this episode. I don't know if you noticed. There was a lot of I'm in front of Sherry. Like me in front of my poster boy here.
We love you, Campbell. Tony Hamlyn, where can we find you online and join your sweepstakes group?
Look, I'm the Drag Race Sweepstake is on Facebook. It's a Facebook run group. And if you think I'm camp and funny, you can follow me on at Camp Counselor on Twitter or on the Instagrams.
Fabulous. Thank you, Tony. I'll put a link in the comments for the sweepstakes group.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony. We'll see you next week. We missed you last week. It's good to have you back.
Yeah. Oh, thank God. Yeah. No, I thought I had corona. Turns out I was just hungover.
I've had that every day. Oh, my God. All right. Tony.
Bye.
That was a very swift exit there. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you agree with Tony's comments? Pop your thoughts and feelings in our comments and let us know. How about you, Minnie?
Did you about Tony's comments?
Yeah.
Or about Canadian Drag Race?
Oh, Canadian Drag Race. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, they all sort of look the same.
No. And 7 out of 12 have a single name, like just one word name.
They all look like they look the same.
Yeah. Did
you feel that? Do you think it was because of the colour they were dressed in for the ad?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. So it might have been, I'm just sharing Tony's Drag Race group in our comments. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join, please feel free. Yeah, they might have all been told to dress in a similar way or similar colour for the promotional photo and video. So maybe that's why they all look the same. There's a lot of embellishment, wasn't there, in their costumes?
I did love the the person that said they were a costume maker.
Ah, okay.
That outfit looked amazing. I was like, oh, wow. Oh, okay.
I can't remember who anyone was. I watched it and it was like, oh, same person. Oh, same person.
It was someone that was older that said it. There was a costume. It was the older one. We'll get to know them. Well, I won't.
We'll get to know them. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, we do have a quiz at the end of this. It's 5 very easy questions, so it'll be first to 3. There's a link pinned on the Facebook page. Just click that link, dial in. You'll go backstage on our broadcast, and at the end, we'll get 2 people going head-to-head with some very easy questions to win a Stan gift card worth $120. That's a year's worth of free Stan. What? I'll share the link again, but it's pinned in the comments if you want to join in.
What's been your favourite thing you've watched all week?
This week, non-Drag Race related, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. So I watched... I've had a bit of spare time to watch a few different things, Minnie. I don't know about you. I watched Hollywood.
Oh, what did you think?
I loved it. I loved the first 6 episodes, and then the final 7th episode, I was like, what the fuck is this crap?
Yeah,
Dreadful.
I got the same reaction. Funny.
Oh, so bad. It's like it went into fantasy world.
Yeah. I got annoyed by the Rock Hudson storyline, saying it was good for him, that being gay was good for him. That really upset me because it wasn't.
I know. It was like, it had that vibe of, what if life really wasn't this way? This is how it would have turned out. But it felt a little bit embarrassing.
I do love that there's heaps of gay content, though, on our streaming sites now. There's so much gay content. I love it.
I know. And so much on what's the name? On Stan.
Yeah, heaps.
What have you watched?
I watched, it was a movie, it's called Jenny's Wedding.
Oh, people are telling us not to post spoilers. Sorry, everyone.
Oh, about what?
About anything. So.
Oh, okay, we'll move on with it. I watched the movie.
Anything else? What have you watched? I've got to get my Whitney towel out. Oh, going red.
It's a movie called Jenny's Wedding with the chick from it's a gay movie. She plays a lesbian. It's the chick from Grey's Anatomy that everyone hates. Really beautiful.
Sandra Oh?
No, she was the blonde one that was in the first season that left.
Oh, Katherine Heigl.
Yeah, she's in it. It's actually a really great movie. She plays a lesbian.
Okay.
I loved it.
Oh, I've heard about this movie. Is it good?
Yeah, it's really good, surprisingly. I didn't think I was going to like it.
Okay.
And I didn't know it was about a lesbian wedding either when I watched it. It was like a nice surprise.
Oh, wow.
And she has this thing with her dad. It's a really beautiful film, actually. I loved it. I cried.
Oh, a little bit emotional.
I know I may be hard on the outside, but, you know.
And I was a real Penny Dreadful fan.
Oh, yeah.
I love those first 3 seasons, and they've made a kind of, I don't know if it's a spin-off or what it is, but it's called City of Angels. It's on Stan. It looks great. I watched 3 episodes, and I was like, when is anything going to actually happen? It was so slow and boring.
You're right. You've got to watch the playlist.
So,
have you watched the playlist?
Oh, I've heard good things about that.
All right. It's fantastic.
No.
Oh, it's really good. Watch it. It's fantastic.
Okay.
It's really, really
Adding
good.
it to the list.
Yeah, add it to the list. It's full of musical numbers. What's not to love?
Oh, Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
Playlist, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's great.
Yes, I've been recommended that one.
Yeah, do that. You'll love it.
And has anybody watched that Kimmy Schmidt Choose Your Own Adventure on Netflix?
No.
I started yesterday. It's better than the Black Mirror one. It's kind of more fun and more funny. But, yeah, it's good.
Black Mirror's dark.
I know they had a Choose Your Own Adventure episode where you could choose what the characters did.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what they've done with Kimmy Schmidt as well. It's fun. It's good to see all those characters back on screen again, especially Jane Krakowski. I just love her.
She's heaven, isn't she? I've loved her since the Alan Beale.
Speaking of people we love, should we bring on our next guest?
Let's do it.
It's Eleganza host and RuPaul expert Michael / Barbed Wire. How are you, darling?
I'm good, but you said you were bringing on someone you love. I'm like, who's... Am I in the wrong stream?
Spoiler, it's you.
Yeah, what were the spoilers you guys were talking about that you've been told about?
TV shows.
The final episode of Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, I haven't watched it.
Spoiler, it's shit.
My partner watched ahead, so I'm just like, I'm going to have to watch another time. But apparently I don't know whether this was just new or whether they've been on forever and someone was just posting about it, but someone was like, oh, all the Scream movies are on Stan. I was like, done. That's my weekend plan. So I've gone back and revisited all Scream films.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll be getting onto that.
Immense.
Immense.
The bangs.
And that fringe.
The poor bangs. Although she in 2, when she has those like amazing like / awful red streaks. Oh, those streaks turned me gay. Absolutely.
I do love Drew in the first one.
She's great with the blonde streaks.
Yeah.
She had iconic hair moments throughout the throughout the series.
Speaking of iconic hair moments, Celebrity Secret Drag Race. What did you think, Michael?
I thought you were talking about Minnie Cooper's
and Minnie's hair.
Sideswept fro fantasy that she's serving to us today.
Oh, really?
Disco Cloris Leachman.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with the Disco Cloris Leachman. Secret Celebrity Drag Race. A real shame because the first 3 episodes was such a strong trajectory of good episode, great episode, amazing episode, and then I kind of agree with everyone. This week's was just a bit lackluster. I did the same thing. I was like, by the end of the episode, I was like playing on my phone and really distracted, which is never a good sign for something engaging me.
And do you reckon that's why they showed that one last?
Yeah, possibly. But it would have been good to finish on a real high note and have this one kind of somewhere in the middle and then end with last week's because it was so strong. It would have had me like, yep, cool, let's do this every year.
Yeah, that's right.
Good off-season content, even though it was during season.
During season.
Yeah.
Interrupt
Not
us.
better than Drag You.
Yeah, I'm actually really interested to go back and revisit Drag U, having now explored both the season 12 episode we had with the superfans and then with what is basically celebrity Drag U. Yeah, I'm interested to go back and kind of revisit it and see how it resonates. After a bit of time away.
Much better now.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So did you have any tops and bottoms from... Oh, you want to move straight on to main episode? Fine.
I don't have tops and bottoms.
By me.
I really enjoyed having... Because we've had kind of like a mix of men, women, people that identify as non-binary and genderqueer, and having a like... I know you guys had iffy feelings about the hyper queen, bio queen, however you want to call them kind of thing. But I enjoyed having like a queer woman on the show. I just thought that was pretty amazing. Yeah.
And her story, she was the best part of the episode, her arc.
Oh, absolutely. Whenever there's queer women on TV, I'm like, great, 11 seasons, I'll watch it. Great. Basically. But yeah, let's just disregard it. It's wasting time to talk about it, honestly.
Fine by me.
My bottoms, I'm going to start with my bottoms because it's always a great place to start with your bottoms. Always support the bottom. Is like you said, Dan, the power outage. I was like, oh, what are they doing with this gag? To like, what are they going to do with this? Oh, they're sneaking them off into Untucked to like bring back all the old queens, or they're going to do something. And then it was literally just that there was a power outage. I was like, Jesus, cutting Sherry Pie content really left you a bit lackluster this week, didn't it? You just had to throw in a power outage. Very strange. I was like, why didn't they just... It couldn't have taken that long to just send the queens off and reset and then come back in.
Yeah.
And they sent them... They're like, oh, power outage, sent them into Untucked, which is literally next door. I'm like, Untucked Lounge wasn't out. I don't... What? Strange. Very strange.
It was strange, and that's why I don't believe it either. But it would have been the perfect opportunity to bring all those other queens back again.
Yeah, or to, like, get rid of all of their stuff and they have to do everything from nothing. Or, like, you know, like the unconventional challenge you were saying we haven't had this season. Get rid of all the queen stuff and be like, here is makeup brushes and stuff. Go for it. Make something out of nothing. That would have been great. Especially this late in the game to do a unconventional.
He's makeup from the $2 film. Go.
Oh yes, yeah. That stuff that's like oil. That's just like eyeshadow. It's just like it's just colored oil. You just rub it on your face. Yep, amazing. My
tops and bottoms.
My other bottom was during the performance, during the actual Rusical, Crystal's wig line was like she was trying to do like a you know when the girls like wet the front part to cover up the lace front and do kind of like edges kind of down, but they were kind of a bit misplaced, and because it was ginger it was kind of thrown off. It looked a bit it was distracting. It was super distracting, as were the boys in the pink hot pants the entire number, but that was not a bottom. That was definitely a highlight. During the lip sync, Jackie kicking off her shoes and leaving them in the middle of the thing for Crystal to trip on, I was like, no. If you're going to do a reveal, if you're going to kick anything off, do an Adore Delano, you know, when she's, was it Think? Aretha Franklin? She picks up the shoe and she throws them off the stage as like a dramatic effect. I'm like, yeah, get rid of them off the stage because I don't want to trip on them. Yeah.
Nothing should ever come off. You wear what you've got on and you wear it.
Unless it's a purposeful reveal.
Agree.
And you twirl out of it and you throw it off the stage. So
that's fine. A reveal is fine, but just
no one wants a pheromone slipping on your own garment on the stage and wrecking something.
That was a moment, wasn't it?
That was a moment. But then conversely, like a Gigi Devane, like ripping those beads accidentally, and then shattering everywhere as she lip syncs to And I'm Telling You. Oh, amazing. Yeah, but I also was like, oh my God, pick up the bead, someone's going to trip.
It was very showgirls.
My other bottom was, not really a bottom for the episode, but for the series as a whole, they really shoehorned in this week outfits that were probably meant for other stuff. You know, there was so much blue this runway. They were obviously going to do like a blue runway. And it just didn't get used because Crystal was in her like Violet Beauregard as the blown up blueberry kind of thing. Gigi's look was, you could see it more in Untucked. It was actually quite like pastel-y blue. It looked really white on the runway. And then Sherry's look obviously was a blue look. And then Jackie had the blue wig with the blue gloves and stuff. I'm like, were you trying to work in blue looks that you just had left over that you wanted to use? It was strange.
Blue with the red was an odd choice, I thought.
And then someone was mentioning on Facebook that there was Sherry Pie obviously had her Cheshire Cat look, and then Rock'em Sakura had her like Alice in Wonderland look, and they were wondering whether there was like an Alice in Wonderland runway that got like reworked and recycled into something else. Because they get told 30, 50 looks that they have to bring. So I always want to know what the other looks are.
Maybe that blue look that Crystal had on was the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland as well, because that would work.
Yeah, that's what someone was saying, that it looked kind of like the caterpillar. All she needed was like a Parliament filter, and she'd be a way to go.
Yeah,
she looked more like the genie out of Aladdin.
She did kind of.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, very much
the movie version.
Yeah. It was very genie-esque.
And it was that odd silhouette of that shape.
The hip pads that went all the way up to her sternum. Oh, it was so good. It was so wrong. It was good. It was like when they did the Ugliest Dress runway. It was so misshapen. It was great. And also when she was lip syncing in it and moving, it kind of like moved really weird. It was fantastic. My top is also Crystal. When she was both in the workroom doing her makeup and in the rehearsal with Jamal Sims, who was another top for the week, just manifesting confidence, just being like, I'm amazing, like, and not in a delusional kind of like Alexis kind of way. It was just like, nope, I'm gonna disavow all the negativity. I'm gonna take all the positivity on board, and I'm just gonna manifest it, which I think she did. Yeah, it was just, I thought it was amazing.
It is funny about confidence, isn't it? Because some people are overconfident.
Yeah.
They don't have anything to back it up.
Yeah.
And then you've got
some people need to find it in other places and pull it in. And she's kind of one of those queens, which I love. And it just goes to that kind of, she's got that kind of like a Cartier kind of thing, of that like lovable goose that, is the underdog. And there's kind of always one going into every finale. So Crystal's obviously the right choice to fit that kind of box. I also love that they kind of shoehorned in this week. The way that we're going to decide is based on track record. So basically, no matter what you're going to do in the challenge, we're going to have Jackie and Crystal in the bottom. Like that's just, we've already decided that's what we're going to do, and I think that's fair, kind of.
Yeah, totally. Because it was you could pick that they were all so strong, the six of them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, unless you did like a 5-way lip sync for the top 4, that was the only other way that I could consider making it fair, even.
Did you love at the end when they had the top 4 standing there and they said, are you Team Crystal, Team Gigi, or Team Jada? I was like, oh, you missed one.
It reminded me of, in The Simpsons when they go to the mall and there's the Native Americans doing it's like a Thanksgiving kind of thing. And Marge is like, weren't there 3 Indians last year? It's just like, when there are 4 queens competing, it's like, all right, you've been warned. Didn't there used to be a war in this movie? You've been warned. It was very bad. But that leads into my other top for the week, and I guess for the season, is the editors. Give them an Emmy now. Give the editors their Emmy. They deserve it. They've done so well to, there's parts where they're like, she's on the stage, we kind of have to show her, like, it is what it is. But everywhere else, they've just made, like, cuts and snips and they've just made it work.
It would have been hours of reworking that, like
hours.
Especially once you've cut something, if they'd cut it, it would have taken them hours.
It was like when they had to go back and redo the entire Sonic movie because people were like, "This looks trash."
Yeah.
That doesn't look like Sonic, so they were like, "Leave it with us. We'll be back in a couple of months. We'll do it again."
But the fact that because Sherry was top 4, the whole season would have been edited showing her in a great light. So you have to remove that entire storyline.
We assume it was showing her in a good light. There didn't seem to be anything that was putting her in a bad light. And I think she would have filled, narratively, she would have filled a great void because she's that campy comedy kind of queen. She would have fit narratively in well with everyone else if you were going to tell kind of a story.
The editing, we feel nothing for her.
Yeah.
That's a testament to the editing because you don't feel anything for her, good or bad.
Yeah. Apart from when she just appears on stage and you're like, oh, because you're not used to seeing her. Like the couple of times in Untucked where they literally shoot from different angles to get rid of her, and then there's something she says that they can't get rid of, so they have to leave it in, and then she just appears, and you're like, oh, Jesus. Terrifying. But I was surprised how relieved I was to get to the end of this episode and go, great, it's not just the last main challenge episode, but we now don't have to like tiptoe around Sherry. She's just gone. She just won't be in it now. So, yeah.
Do you reckon she'll be at the reunion?
No. I think the title card at the end says that she won't be in the reunion. And next week is RuPaul's house party kind of thing. So it's going to be like a Zoom sleepover. It's meant to be. So I assume we'll be like cute and the queens in like cutesy pajamas or something like that. It's going to be like a Kiki sleepover, girls' night in kind of thing.
The good thing about RuPaul being like this, we're always going to remember who this winner is. We are. It's actually a positive for the winner, I think, in the long run.
Yeah. And the queens are just going to have to be super vigilant about how what they do next, because this is their kind of launch pad, to kind of launch directly into like a pandemic is not ideally what you want. So they're going to have to get real creative, which some of them have been, which is amazing. Like with Jan with her jukebox and stuff like that.
She's been great. She's been great online. Yeah. I saw a great interview.
When she was like, why didn't they get me back to push the shade button? She just wants to come back. She'd do anything. I love it.
Not a fan, Coops? I'll take that as a no.
Minnie screens either froze or she's got stank face.
I saw a great interview with Trixie, where she said, when you're on RuPaul, you're only borrowing those fans or the fans of the show while you're on the show. So you have to take that and turn those fans that like you on the show into your own fan base and then build it from there. And I think Jan's doing that very well.
Yeah. I think going into if we're looking forward to kind of the finale, I think it's anyone's game really, because we've seen from past seasons that you don't need the best track record to win. Like when Evie won and when Sasha won, it was kind of like the from behind win kind of thing. But looking at track record, which they were talking about all this week, I think I'm right in saying that Gigi now has the best track record of any queen on Drag Race. She has 4 wins. And 4 wins and never in the bottom.
Wow. True, actually. Very true.
So Sharon had 4 wins, but was in the bottom once, obviously, against Fifi. And then there's other queens that have got 3 and gone to the finale and won, like your... and Shay had 4 wins as well, but ended up in the bottom. And then, your Violets, your Biancas, and all those people that have got 3 wins and never been in the bottom, but Gigi's got that 1 extra win.
Wow.
Plus the top two that first week, which is always a coveted spot to kind of do well the first week.
She's really talented.
She is really talented. I think the polling is interesting. What you guys are showing in your polling is kind of matching what's been happening on Twitter. Crystal's like way ahead in terms of people voting Team Crystal, just because she's...
And it normally goes by that, doesn't it? Who wins, doesn't it? By those votings?
No, because season 7, Violet was 3rd.
Oh,
in the online vote.
She's fabulous. I love
and
her.
Then there were more Team Cartiers than Team Violets, I'm pretty sure.
What?
Which is why they did that whole gag of, Cartier, please get me a glass of water. Yeah. But yeah, fan favorite doesn't always mean America's Next Drag Superstar. It's Rue's decision at the end of the day. And he obviously loves El DeBarge / Crystal, so who knows what's going to happen.
I think it's going to be Jada.
I hope it's Jada.
I wouldn't be unhappy if it was her.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't be unhappy with either of them, but Jada's kind of, she's the horse I'm hitching my wagon to. I think.
Oh, you think she's a horse?
There's a horse.
There's a joke in there about riding. I'll figure it out.
And
yeah. Do we have time to talk runway?
Yeah, go.
Sure. My screen's going funny. Hang on.
Keep going. Yes, go. You are kind of having a we've lost Dan. Maybe he'll come back better than ever. There you are. Not tons to say on the runway. There were. I did love I'm calling her Violent Beauregard, the kind of blown up blueberry that Krista was doing. And I loved the little nuance of her cheeks being yellow. I thought that was really sweet. And just stylistically, just like it just married up so much. Which, to jump to Jackie's runway, because she had that blue hair and those blue kind of opera gloves, she had two competing colors. There was yellow and I think there was pink in the eyes, and it just didn't work. The face just didn't work for me.
The dress was amazing, but the styling was bad.
I kept slingshotting back and forth between amazing and terrible for Jackie's dress, which generally is a good indicator that it's fashion. Like if you love something and then hate it and then love it then hate it, it's doing something.
It was all the jewelry and all that. All that was wrong for that dress because it was incredible. It was an incredible dress, and she ruined it.
And I think the hair and those like bright blue touches maybe took away from it. Whereas if she had a more traditional style hair, it would have showcased the dress a little bit more.
It needed to be even more like an I Love Lucy kind of maybe up curl.
Yeah.
You know, and all the jewelry needed to be bolder, like almost like Wilma Flintstone.
Yeah, very that. Wilma Flintstone for Dior.
It was so enlarged, but everything else was natural. Didn't marry to the dress.
Yeah. I didn't think that they lent in enough to Jamal's Coming to America reference when Jada was in her like I think it's Imani, the princess or queen to be that Eddie Murphy's betrothed to at the start of the film. It was like that was a very intelligent, smart reference, and you could see like Jada beaming when he said it. So I'm assuming it wasn't happenstance that she did that on purpose. Black drag excellence. Again, women in drag. That woman in that film is a drag queen. That was absolutely drag. When she's doing the like hopping and stuff.
Yes,
all drag. That's all drag. Who else do we have? We had Gigi in her. I'm calling it Sophia Lillis in the It remake, but as Carrie.
That's a lot of references.
It was a lot of reference. But it was very when she was like, "I'm the nerdy girl at the prom," you know, from the 80s or whatever. I'm like, "Yeah, you're Carrie. You're Carrie White from Carrie. I get it." It was kind of like the first reference to Raja's reference, you know, when she did the Carrie look with the pig's blood. It was kind of like a before and after. Yeah. Before and after.
It made me think
so much better in Untucked, that look.
Pardon me?
In the lighting on Untucked, it read so much better. It was like this beautiful soft blue, whereas on the runway it kind of got a bit washed out.
Yeah.
And
with
so
the face,
the judges saw it like it looked in Untucked, because it looked stunning in Untucked.
Yeah, it gave me Dumb and Dumber vibes meets Romeo and Michelle's wedding. It was like the wedding suits.
I think you mean a high school reunion.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think you're confusing your wedding and Romeo and Michelle's.
My water's very strong. 4 weddings and a Notting Hill, something like that.
I always enjoy when there's like a throwback reference. Whenever they do like a Mae West or they do a Betty Page or they do a whatever throwback. So I did appreciate what Sherry was attempting to do, but I thought it was lost on the fact that, you know, we've lost Sherry as a contestant because of what's happened. So to lose a really like great throwback reference on a queen that's now been eliminated, I thought I just lost the taste in my mouth for that look.
There was a lot of ostrich feather on that dress. It would have cost me $40.
It was a lot, and the criticism I think I have of that look, it was very one-toned, like the whole way down, which you could read of Crystal's, but her face just popped so beautifully against that kind of like blue velvet.
They should have had some darker in the detailing on the waist to give her a waist.
Possibly, yeah.
What you're saying, because it did have it, but it wasn't detailed. And like a darker color, darker blue would be nice. With
the outing of Sherry being 27. I think we can safely add Sherry Pie's career to the 27 Club.
Oh yes! Oh my god! 100%.
New edition. Yeah.
Date of Death, episode 1, season 12.
I think it was episode 2. I think it kind of happened after episode 1, and then they're like, "Oh god, we're stuck with episode 2. It's all we have. We just have to air it," because it was like days before.
Were you shocked that she was 27?
Not particularly. No.
Oh,
I know lots of people that are 27 that look like that. Not exactly like that, but you know.
wow.
Really? Oh, maybe it's because we haven't had a chance to get a really good look at her.
She's kind of like she just appears on screen and then she's gone. You're like, what was that?
We
What was
always
that vision blur in the background?
all her references are old women. Like she keeps playing old characters and it's always very old and and so I just assumed she was an older queen.
Like I love playing up like someone's drunk aunt or like just an old bag. Like I love that. No matter what your actual age is. I love it.
But I think because that's all we saw, old characters, and we didn't get to see her be a 27-year-old. I just assumed she was 47.
Yeah.
And it's just
and the same could be said about Gigi being the unbothered bitch kind of the whole season.
She's not very old. She's only like 19, 20, isn't she?
No, sorry, I'm not talking about her age. I'm just talking about she gave us kind of not a one-noted character, but she was constantly this unbothered bitch, like her snatch game and her choices, character and everything.
I think she had more choices at the beginning, but then got stuck in her head.
Yeah,
and then because she was different in this last episode, I thought.
Yeah, and I loved the opportunity for her to do something a little bit silly in what is it like an eleganza or extravaganza runway, which is when you give like opulence. Like that's what Ru wants. Ru wants like what Jada was giving us. Like give us glamazon. When he always says glamazon.
That dress was incredible. Like it was perfection, that dress.
She's given us a lot of tailored coats, Gigi.
Yeah, she has.
Right, this season there's been a lot of tailored coats. Just like Crystal's had sort of monotone, quirky one pieces and stuff. Like they've definitely got a cemented style.
I love Jada's green and silver
for the challenge. I thought that was better than her runway.
Oh my god, I thought the same. That was
I loved it. I was like, when I'm falling from a rooftop, that's who I want to like swoop in and save me. It's not Superman. It's whatever that was.
I was like, that's amazing. A wow outfit.
Yep. I also loved Jamal coming back in another tracksuit. Like that's obviously like his brand. Like Ru has his tailored suits. Jamal has his tracksuits, which I loved. And then two episodes we've had Jamal this season, and Gigi won both of Jamal's challenges. And Jackie wound up in the bottom.
True. Actually, yes.
Against
but
different
you could
queens.
see Gigi went home and practiced the moves in her hotel all night long.
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have
it on the runway.
Say that again, Minnie.
How you retain all those things like that you noticed that Gigi won and Jackie was in the bottom of both those episodes. Wouldn't even cross my mind.
Because I have to get rid of other stuff to fit it in. Like I've forgotten how to drive. I can't count.
Michael, have you got a ginormous spreadsheet at home on your wall? With
it's like what's that
string going between each challenge and each queen?
Yeah.
Are you autistic?
Oh, we love you, Michael.
Thank you, guys.
Love it.
Thank you. We'll see you next week for whatever we're going to watch, whatever this Zoom/house party is.
To the Zoom. I hope that they rework that song. See you guys. Bye.
See you later.
To the Zoom.
Minnie, I think that's it. Any final thoughts or feelings before we go? Oh my God, we've gone for an hour and 10 minutes. Holy moly.
Oh, it was bits. It's just sitting chatting to your friends with a coffee, wasn't it?
I know. This is what straight guys do about football, I assume, and lesbians.
Boring. Anyway, thank you for tonight, Dan. Have I got anything to say? I think Gigi's going to win. Who do you think?
Okay. Let me pop out the results of our poll up here.
What's the poll say?
Sorry, everybody. Let's have a look here. Show results of the poll. We've got Crystal in the lead. Then, Gigi and Jada are actually neck and neck now. So that's what our beautiful audience thinks. Crystal 54%, Gigi 25%, and Jada 21%.
Somebody in the Jules Long Beach has asked, when is Australia Drag Race coming? You tell me.
We don't know, Jules. They announced it last July.
Yeah, so
a
I don't
big
think-
fanfare. And I can't remember who's doing it. Is Endel will Shine or ITV or
people that do the voice?
The people that do the voice are creating the show, but a TV station or Stan hasn't actually bought the rights to it yet, so they haven't actually moved on it. Yeah. Well, thank you. A few shout outs in the credits. Lisa Marie, Gary, Anthony, Jimmy, Nathan Martin, Dave Bester, Gary. I think I've said Gary twice. Yasmin, Daryl, Mark, all the way from New Zealand. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love seeing your names pop up every week. We've got Hillary, Sam Duncan's there. I feel like Miss Jane on Romper Room. Well, you know when she used to look through the mirror?
I always wanted to be on Romper Room.
Me too. Jules in Long Beach. Oh, thank you for tuning in, Jules. We love you. And I think that's as far back as it will let me go. If I've missed anyone, I'm very sorry. But guys, thank you for tuning in. We love doing this. We love talking about one of our favourite shows, and we love that you tune in and enjoy it as well.
Good night, Australia.
Good night, Australia. We'll see you next week for the reunion. Whatever that looks like, it's going to be a crazy, crazy situation. All right. Bye.
My fellow Americans, Mama Ru needs you.
Just like you do. My country is a beat. These are all my friends, we are a family. Everybody came here wanting to be free. New York to California, sea to shining sea. Everybody, I am American. I am American, just like you too.